Okay, it is Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. Come on, why are we doing this? Okay, there we go. Thursday night Boogie with the Bull, uncensored, on the Dave Glovin profile and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. Apologize for the delays. The equipment just wasn't loading right, and Restream was being a bear, and it just didn't go where it was supposed to go. And all of that stuff that nobody cares about. It is Thursday night, like I said. I don't know what is new and exciting in the news, only because I really didn't follow much of it. Again, it still seems like there's an impasse between judges and the White House over what President Trump can do as far as deporting people, which I still don't understand what the problem is. If you're the president of the United States, you should be able to do what you need to do. And if you're not breaking any laws, the courts should be willing to stand by and let you do it. So if anyone feels differently, please feel free to come and tell me why you feel differently. And I will give you the opportunity to do so. Like I said, you can join us in the Boogie with the Bull live chat on my profile on Facebook, or you can join us on the YouTube channel in the live chat over there. So let's see if this piece of wonderful equipment does what it's supposed to do. And we'll just make sure that we are regular. We have a third person. Jerry, whoops, hold on. Jerry Michaels joins us from the American Rebellion, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And I think if Jerry talks to Chuck, or Jerry tells Chuck, gives me about a half a second, I will be right where I need to be.
Hello, Chuck.
Well, hello, Jerry. How are you today? Better than yesterday, I hope.
Yeah, my part came today, so hopefully tomorrow the truck will run right. Has that been a half a second yet?
Yes.
Okay.
One of these. Sometimes you have to throw Android equipment against the wall to get it to work properly, or throw it in the trash, and it probably will start working properly. And I should have learned by now, you don't take a phone call this close to having to start a broadcast that you know is going to take longer than you have available. So I did that. I do want to say good evening to William Grant, who is watching on the FB. And we have no one watching on YouTube, which is usual because I think we only have 32 subscribers over there. And other than that, I'm happy being here doing it right where we're doing it.
Well, let me see. I'll share it out to everybody, and
Okay.
we'll see what we see.
That would be great.
Oh, sure, Dave. That's why I was put on this earth, to make you happy.
No, you were not put on the earth to make me happy. You were
absolutely, Dave. There's
you
no
were put
way
on
around.
the earth to make you were put on the earth to make Michelle Michaels happy.
Well, I've failed that miserably, but hey, can't have everything in life, can you?
No, I guess you really can't. I'm in rare form today. Had 2 doctor's appointments. The first one was to make sure my mind is still working, and the meds were still working. And the other one was one of those stupid dermatology screens where they go looking for things that are causing trouble, and told me that this thing on the top of my head will be donated to science very shortly.
Your head will be donated to science?
No, the bump on my head that for years I told our grandson that we live with, it was my on-off switch. Then when he got a little older, I told him it was my solar battery recharger. But everybody, it doesn't bother me because I don't see it. I notice people's eyes go right to it like they're all trying to figure out what it was. When I had bangs, you didn't see it. It doesn't bother me, but people keep telling me I should get rid of it. And the doctor said it's nothing harmful, it's nothing harmless. I mean, it's harmless, but he said you really should just get rid of it.
Well, why get rid of it if it ain't bothering you?
Well, because I never got rid of it. Also, the real reason is because Medicare said no. But now, evidently, Medicare, Medicaid, United Healthcare, and everybody has said, you want to get rid of it? Get rid of it. So I guess we're going to get...
I could see if you're wearing a hat or something, where it might be bothering you, but...
No, it doesn't. Yeah. No, it is... if I put a hat on, well, I have to take my headphones off for a second, but if I put a hat on, no one sees it. If I, it's like I said, it doesn't bother me because my eyes are below it and they don't see it. So, but like I said, I notice everybody else's eyes aren't on my eyes when we're talking because they're trying to figure out what it is. And the person who figures out what it is, I'll put it in an envelope and mail it to you if you really want it. No.
That's a little weird, Dave. I got to be truthful. Serial killers do shit like that.
We do have one of these Boogie with the Bull mug. There were only 2 of them that were ever made. Jen Woodruff bought this one for me after she put it together with designs that I had given her. And the vendor decided they were going to stop making them because we weren't selling enough. So there's this one, which is in a shipping container that will survive getting it to you. I need someone to give me a question, and then I just need to have a bunch of people watching. Right? And the first one who answers the question correctly will get it if they want it. If not, it will just sit on my desk in its shipping container until I decide where to ship it. Let's see. Jane O'Malley is watching. I hope she is feeling better. And Tangela is now watching. And William Kenton on the Facebook side. But, Jerry, so you're working on the truck.
Not today.
Is it?
I had to wait all day for the part to show up.
Oh, okay.
And, by the time it got here, I had lost all interest. So I'll do it probably 3 o'clock in the morning or something. I got lights out there now. I finally hooked up. So it's all good.
Will it be a DIY live?
No. I ain't got time for any of that bullshit after a month, 2 months, or whatever it's been. It's never taken me this long to fix a vehicle in my entire life. It's pissing me off. So, but it'll be fine. Eventually, it will work.
Good. Well, hopefully tomorrow.
Realistically, it should. Because you can't have that kind of air leak in the vacuum line and have it run well. And that is the problem. It just keeps like revving, basically, without me touching the gas pedal.
Okay. So everyone is reminded, tune in tomorrow night, which is Friday at 7 p.m. on the American Rebellion blogger page here on the FB and on X. You search, Jerry can tell you where it is to look up. It's AMRAB plus a bunch of numbers. And like I say, I never can remember the numbers.
I don't remember them either.
Yeah, me neither. I don't really.
All right. Well, if you go at 7 o'clock Eastern time, if you go onto X and you go to search X and you type in AMRAB, AMREB, it will actually mystically direct you exactly to where you want to go. And
it is mystical. It is. It's a mystical
thing. And you will be able to watch it there. And are you still on Breaker?
Not the last couple of times, no. No one watched, so I just, it was just, I happened to come across it. I don't even remember how. And apparently I had joined years ago. I had a password on there. I don't know. I don't remember being on there, but so I gave it a shot.
Oh. That's all you can do is give things a shot to see if they work out. And if they do, that's what you do. So So while you were waiting for the part to arrive, were you watching news and listening to
No, I
news,
made
or
ice cream and biscuits and gravy for biscuits and that sort of thing. I saw an interesting article before I came on. That's what I was doing when
okay?
you got started, or whatever. About Trump getting rid of the writ of habeas corpus, like Lincoln did, and Grant, and I think Eisenhower. Um, and that would solve all this bullshit we're going through with the courts on immigration.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's the only way we're going to get rid of these people.
Yeah.
We now have the
Well,
ACLU having ex parte communication, which means communication outside the court, which is highly against the rules. Not. I don't know if it's illegal, but it's
yes.
highly against the rules because it's unfair to
Yeah.
the other side. And they're wanting to keep get an emergency order to keep this one out or that one out, or this one in or that one. I don't know, a group of them. And so that's been a problem. And now they're talking about, did they do it with that Judge Boasberg guy, the way he acted and made his decisions so fast. And also, we have a new career criminal who is now a new star for the Democrats. He is now apparently in El Salvador, wrongly, although mostly rightly, uh, to according to some judge somewhere, and they have ordered him back.
Is this the guy from
A
Nashville?
prisoner.
I'm not positive, to be
There was one they
truthful.
caught in Nashville.
I read it
He was
at 3 o'clock this morning, Chuck.
I
don't
think
remember
they
when.
caught some guy today. I think from down in Nashville. He's an electrician.
No,
And,
just another
no?
guy that's already there.
Okay. All right.
That I can tell you. And now they
I'm going to
want
be on
him
mute.
back too. So I can't remember my password to my X account. Well, it's probably impossible for you to get on X. There's no way around to find out what that is or change it at all. I appreciate what's in the
Thursday.
skies. Oh, yeah, holy shit! There you go.
Michael Anthony is with us tonight,
Hey, Michael.
and I saw a picture that.
All right.
Good. I saw a picture that you took earlier of the cloud, and it was a very nice cloud, but it made me wonder if they can do whatever they're doing in the sky. Can they make what looks like very beautiful clouds but really aren't?
Well, isn't that where all information?
You're breaking up, kind of. Does anybody else hear him breaking up?
Well, you get.
He's in the mountains, folks. Hey, Michael, do you have
Yeah,
satellite?
Technology is just not doing what we need it to do.
And if you could mic me.
You know what, Michael? Yeah. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because I would like to have. I'd like to have you on tonight. So I will call me through Messenger. Call me through Messenger. And we'll just do that. There comes a time where it's just not worth the aggravation anymore. So and I'm not saying that to Michael, I'm just saying that to to the people at will. So if
I think what it
a
is,
few things
Tangelo,
around,
is he's on just his phone and whatever internet is in the air there for his phone. I don't
yeah,
think he has internet in the mountains like at the place he's staying. I don't know. I've never actually asked him, but that's what it sounded like. And when your internet sucks, that's how it comes through.
yeah. Up on top of that mountain, anything that he can use that gets a signal should get a beautiful signal without any problem because he's up so high and
Yeah,
it's
but
so
if the
clear.
tower is below him, it don't work that
Yeah,
way
right,
for whatever reason.
Right.
I have no idea why, but it
yeah,
apparently it doesn't. I don't think the
no,
signal goes up as well.
It
It
just
goes out. And if when it hits the mountain,
right.
obviously I'm assuming it's going to go up, but it's going to lose a lot of capability or something. It was explained to me a long time
It's
ago. Within 10 seconds, my eyes crossed because I didn't
it's
care and I quit listening. So
it,
now I'm paying the price. So
it's basically if you're standing on top of the mountain and you're holding your cell phone and you look straight across, whatever tower you see, you should be able to hit. That's on your network. You should be able to hit. You may or may not hit the ones down below you because it mainly works line of sight.
I don't know.
But
I really don't know
I
how it
really
works.
want to
I
see
know
if
there's
we can.
guys that make these shit to catch it, and
Yeah.
but I don't know. Oh, there he is.
Let's see. All right, is that you, Michael? Oh, wait a minute. I got. Hold on. I bear with me for a moment. I gotta. No, you should be.
Just put it on speaker.
You're on speaker, aren't you, Michael? I'm on. I can hear you. No, you're not on speaker. You should be on speaker.
No, you have to put them on speaker.
Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There. Now you're on speaker, right, Michael? No. No. Hold on.
He doesn't have to be on
Everything is
speaker.
on.
You have to
I,
do it.
right. I have him on speaker.
You would
I have
have.
him on
You would need a
speaker, and I
different
have.
microphone for it to come in any louder. Hey, that ain't bad.
Don't let this ruin your parade.
No,
Right.
that's
man.
good
Right.
there.
If
That's
it don't
fine.
work, it don't work.
No. They can hear. I did basically the same thing that Jerry's talking about. I put you right under the snowball, which means that you should be right there.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Right?
Well, good. And I can hear you well, so I should be able to hear them well.
Okay, good. Well, then everybody can hear each other. So Jerry and Chuck, it's my pleasure to introduce Michael Anthony, who is with us tonight too.
Is he a floating head? 'Cause, I hear
He's
a
floating
voice
head.
from the
I'm a
from
floating
the
head.
underworld.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yes.
All right. All good. I was saying about the cloud, it's like, we can look and try to determine what's reality and what's all made up reality, but it reminds me of what Carmela Harris was saying about we no longer keep things in the file cabinets. Everything is in the cloud. That's why they take your pictures and tell you, I will make room. You can make room on your device by downloading all your pictures to somebody else's access. I just don't believe that, we should give any of our access to anybody, but that's where I was going with that. But yeah, we had real clouds today and to this evening. They're flooding the skies right now in front of my face.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Like I said, it was a beautiful cloud, but the first thing when I saw it was just, can't they send you a cloud over Pennsylvania that looks so beautiful? You would think it's a real cloud, but it's not. It's just a cloud full of making life difficult for you and everybody else.
I just heard.
I don't know. It kind of looked like a cumulus cloud, but again, who's to say? with the technology that we have and the places that they can do it. They just don't do it from the sky. They do it with, from on the ground. They have devices out in the ocean that also release these chemtrails now into the atmosphere also. So pretty strange, pretty strange.
Very strange. Very
RFK
strange.
came out
Very
today and said,
Hey, Jerry,
I
can
hear
you
you
hear me?
fine.
Yep.
Anyway, RFK came out today because he just banned some kind of dye or whatever, but he made a post and said, "What do you guys want banned next?" And one of the things was the whatever the hell's in the sky there, the
Chemtrails.
chemtrails. Yeah,
The chemtrails. Yep.
so I don't understand why people want to fuck with the weather. It's not working unless they want disasters all the time. It's
That's what
not
they
like
want.
it's not like we're solving the problem of drought and making the
I bet Dave has on headphones.
I have headphones on, but they're wireless.
No, that's okay, okay. So the call. Let me just say this. I should jump off because honestly, Dave, what you're doing is good. But at the same time, when you have headphones on, I can't hear your paging system,
oh
so
yeah,
I
you
can't hear
can't
the
hear
show.
us.
I don't have a clue
Yeah,
what's going
he's
on.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut out then. Thanks for trying. I do appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't connect with you again.
We're gonna
I'll
get
be
it
back
figured out.
I'll be back in the city. I don't know, sometime tomorrow. And I got shows lined up for every day, all the way up till Monday. So I'll be busy. I'll talk to you guys then. All right.
Okay. All right, Michael.
Thanks for having
Yep.
me. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
All right.
I don't think
Thanks
you
for
saw
checking.
your wave there, Chuck.
I'm getting tired of the technology. It's just not working the way it's supposed
Well,
to.
no, you
Yeah.
can't.
Really.
He probably couldn't hear us worth the shit because you're on headphones.
Yeah.
If your sound was coming out of like your laptop screen, he probably heard it fine.
Yeah. Problem is when I do that, then everybody echoes.
Well,
why I'm
that's well, Chuck's
wearing
head's empty, so
headphones.
he does that anyway. I hear it.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It was nice of Michael to check in, anyways. And give it a try.
It was very nice. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, if I was in the mountains by myself, I'd never check in. Screw you guys. I'm done. Just leave me alone. I'm good.
All right, just give us an advance warning so we don't send the National Guard out looking for you. Or
Yeah, no
Coast
one's
Guard,
doing that,
or-
Chuck. I don't know what dream you're having, but nobody's going to do that.
Oh, sure we would.
Where's Jerry?
Sure
Where's
we
Jerry been? Who's Jerry? Oh, I don't know. Well, guy used to be here, fat, bald, broken. No pride.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Exactly right, Jerry.
People-
you spelled my name wrong, but that's fine. I don't know. It's just
I think
so.
he does that so that you notice
That's why I like living where I am, because it's like the worst that's going to happen is the mailman's coming, or a FedEx or something.
Right.
Yeah. As long as you get your mail, I guess you're okay. But if you're getting mail, then aren't you on the grid in some capacity?
Well, yeah. I can't help that.
You can always leave a paper trail. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for the longest time,
I mean,
and
I
I didn't
guess
even know it, I had lost somehow my birth certificate. I don't usually lose shit like that, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So we had to go get me a new birth certificate, and we couldn't get it. No one had ever heard of me. They couldn't find one. And then my wife did her pit bull thing, and then they finally found it. And I looked at her like, I was like completely off the grid. No one even knew I was alive. And because of you, now you're a very bad person. And she didn't care. I know why. I remember the whole Real ID thing in Florida.
Yep.
That was in Vero before we moved here. And we went in to change our addresses on our licenses.
Okay.
And mine was almost ready to, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
expire or whatever. So they told me I had to have my damn birth certificate. I was pissed. I was actually very loud at the DMV, and people's eyes were getting big.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is bullshit. Because, I mean, why do what, I look like I'm Pedro from fucking Colombia? I just came out of the coffee field? What the hell's wrong with you people?
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah.
It is. I hope I'm not going to have that trouble when I go to change mine, because I have to change the address that's on my state ID card. I do have the real ID. I have had it for, like I said, I've had it for years on every
Yeah, because we've
license.
lived here like 13, 14 years. So
Yeah.
when COVID came around, they quit caring for a while, I guess,
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know why. You still either had to do it by mail or, go to the DMV. I don't know why they didn't care. But Jimmy Collins says, you were irate? I don't believe it.
No.
Well, it kind of pisses you off when they do this. I mean, first of all, wasn't the Florida driver's license your real ID? Right.
It it was, but I don't know when they came up with this whole idea of real ID, and some
Well,
states didn't.
California started it.
Yeah, so they didn't have. Every other state didn't have it right away.
No.
Uh,
And why? I want to know why? Because of illegals.
yeah,
More
And
money
because
too.
of terrorists. And because of all the bad guys we had to pay.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
And how many of the bad guys are running around with real ID
Nothing.
driver's licenses?
Oh, they're running around with Dave Glovin's driver's license, fake, of course, pretending to be Dave.
Yeah.
Or Chuck or me or, anybody, Robin. It's like, that's what they do. And this is, and within 5 minutes of them making this new driver's license, they already knew how to fake it. I don't know. We keep doing this with this and the money and everything else, the cash. And within 5 minutes, they know how to redo it.
Yep.
It doesn't change anything.
No.
Mm-mm.
Because I got to tell you, it doesn't change anything for me other than a star, which I'm pretty sure the Jews ain't happy about because they had to do that.
Well, it's a 5-pointed star. It's not a 6-pointed.
Oh, okay.
It's not a 6-pointed Jewish star. Star of David.
Glad you counted. But the thing is I don't like it. It's just, you know what? I'm against paying the price for other people's actions that I have nothing to do with.
Yeah. I mean, if I was traveling all the time, I could see the point, or flying all the time, I could see the point of having it. But
see, that's the thing, though. But that's why they make you get a passport,
right?
Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's no good. That's not good enough anymore.
Well,
like our driver's license went from like a regular driver's license to now. Then it looked like a credit card with the strip thing on the back.
Yeah.
And it still has that. Now it's just different color. Oh, and they changed my driver's license number I've had since I was 15 years old. And had memorized.
Why did they?
Really?
Well, wait a minute. You went in with a birth certificate. You proved who you are.
No, this was when we fully moved here. I had to just have it renewed again, and they changed they changed the colors of the license, and they changed my driver's license number, which I had memorized because I got pulled over one time, didn't have my license, and I gave the guy the number, and he couldn't believe I knew it.
Yeah,
I gave him everything I had in my wallet with my name on it. And I may have had a bill in the truck I gave him for what my address, and then I gave him the number, and he believed me. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Donald Mayhew is watching. And if he comes into the live chat, he'll be participating. Good evening, Donald. Welcome to the broadcast. I don't think I've seen you before, but welcome here anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I get tired of paying for these people's. It's like we all pay anyway, because like look at insurance, right? Hey, Larry, how you doing? Um,
Larry
yeah,
Estes is
you
here.
look at insurance. We're all paying exorbitant rates because all the people don't have it, and many of them are illegals. Sorry. I mean, when they get a $200 car, they wreck it, or something happens on the highway, and you see 17 of them jump out of it like it's a clown car and run across the highway and disappear,
Yeah.
and just leave the car there. You know it is neither insured. You know it's probably not registered to them, or they just go home, pack their hefty bag, and go move someplace else. And change their name again because
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Yep. Yes,
It's
they
very
do.
true.
They have
Yes,
like
they
the
do.
best underground railroad you've ever seen.
Yep.
People don't see A lot of
Oh, they
people don't
use
see
them.
this because they don't live around them. Maybe they have them as a maid or they live in a gated community. You don't normally see illegals in gated communities. But
Yeah.
when you live around them, you see everything and you know exactly what it's about.
This is very true. Okay. So anyone who is watching is welcome to yell out something we can discuss. Anybody that is watching is more than welcome to join us if you want. Let me know, and we'll attempt to send you a link, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you on.
Anybody know who Mike Davis is?
Not off the top of my head. Whoops.
Well, far right legal activist and former Neil Gorsuch law clerk Mike Davis assured longtime Trump ally and webcaster Steve Bannon on his War Room show that at some point soon Trump's Justice Department will be arresting law enforcement officials from former President Joe Biden's administration. I just had several meetings with the Trump Justice Department, said Davis, who has called for stripping federal judges who rule against Trump of power. I met with the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and
Yeah, who
acting
was one of
three,
Trump's attorneys?
yeah, and acting number three, Chad Maisel, Maisel, and the incoming number three. Holy crap, they got a lot of fucking people. Stanley Woodward, and want to reassure the War Room posse that they are very much on top of what's happening in our country right now. And just because you're not seeing criminal indictments right now, that does not mean they're not coming. They are very much incoming.
Cool.
Oh,
About
well,
time.
see, folks, myself, Chuck, said, hopefully, you gotta give him some time. So
Gotta give them some
my
time.
time personally was 6 months.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been what, three now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what was it, January,
And
February, March? Yeah. So well, maybe within
and
future,
and,
one way or another.
and a lot has excuse me, swallowed down. And a lot has changed, or a
Yeah.
lot has happened in these last 3 months.
Yeah.
It isn't like they're sitting on their ass and not
Right.
doing anything.
That's
But
true.
it
But
takes time to build the cases and all that
Right.
stuff. I understand
well,
that.
they expected Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer and all these people to be arrested on the first day. And why is
No.
that? Because they all said day one. Fucking what's his name from the FBI says day one we're going to turn it into a
Right.
museum.
Yeah.
It's like, stop saying day one. All you do is give false hope to morons
Yeah.
who
Yep.
within a week are against you. Stop
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say, I guess they are ready to go after Jack Smith. But then again, like you just said, they've been saying they're going to go against Jack Smith for.
Well, law enforcement officials. And
Yeah.
then he was talking about judges.
Yeah.
I believe that's who we need to. I don't think people like Jack Smith will just fade away. Okay. I mean, he doesn't work for the Justice Department or anything, so fuck him. But
Yeah.
judges, you cut the see in the legal system, the judge is the head. You
Right.
cut the head off, and the body will follow. And also the ACLU has been out of control since it started. and
Yes.
it's just worse now.
Yeah.
They are actually defending major criminals, and when they get a favorable like ruling, it's not about them not getting the death penalty. It's them being free and clear and able to walk the streets with us and do more bad. Now, this kid has said he was
This is
afraid of
very
getting
true.
killed. He's a low-level street thug, Kilmar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who's
Yeah.
going to go out of their way to kill this guy? And I'm guessing that this prison probably has them separated anyway. And it doesn't sound like one of those fun prisons. So my guess is it's highly regulated and highly watched.
Well, Kilroy, evidently, from what I keep reading every day, has been moved to another El Salvadorian prison. So
Oh,
he's not
I didn't hear that.
he's not he's not at CCOT anymore. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just keep reading it every day that he has been moved from where he is, and probably for his
Well,
own protection.
yeah, because
He
with all
got
the
out
attention he's bringing to this
to talk.
prison, that can't be good.
Yeah, and but even the inmate, his fellow inmates.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
If he's they're putting him back in his civilian clothes and having him meet with Chris Van Hollen. You got to wonder if his fellow MS-13 people didn't want him there anymore. I don't know. There was something on
the motorcycle.
It wasn't mine. Yeah.
You need to put them rolled up road spikes out in front of them next time, Chuck. See what happens. Like the cops do to stop cars and shit.
Yeah, spike sticks. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
See how that
Yeah,
works?
we got.
Just roll out.
Not that anybody follows it or anything. I sure as hell haven't since Brett Favre left. But the NFL draft thing's up in Green Bay, and last reports I heard, hotel rooms are running normally, normal, about $100 a night, 115, whatever. They're charging over $400-$500 per night up there in Green Bay. Unreal.
Isn't that price gouging? How is that not price gouging?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
It is. It is. Why they're getting away with it, but it is.
And at the stadium, or in the Green Bay Lambeau grounds and stuff, like a walk. I saw a menu of the prices of stuff on freaking real.
Yeah.
$14 for or $7 for a Coke. A small glass of it.
Yeah. Plus, prices for things.
Well, stadiums are like movie theaters. The prices are ridiculous for food, but because
Prices
you go
are
there,
crazy.
you want to they probably got, I don't know, something that's Green Bay, some kind of cheese thing or something, and everybody you want to buy that, and it's like an entertainment expense. But then they jack up all the price. I don't care where the Super Bowl's being held. They do it in every damn city.
Yeah.
They jack up all the prices, and
definitely.
For some reason, people think it's worth going to the game, paying exorbitant prices for everything, including tickets, food, you name it, and instead of sitting in their living room in their recliner or something and watching the game on TV.
Then I heard something else that Brett Favre's coming back as a quarterback coach for Green Bay. I don't know if it's true or not. Haven't dug down that rabbit hole yet. But,
if I was Brett Favre, we have such idiots in the press and on these teams. Brett Favre gave everything to Green Bay, and the way they treated him on the way out, the same way they treated Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
But Brett Favre was a lot more likable than Aaron Rodgers. That's all. But Aaron Rodgers has a lot of enemies in the press. And Aaron Rodgers is going to end up in the Hall of Fame and, whatever, at some point, I guess. Yeah. Not because of what he did with the Jets, but then they're the Jets. So
Favre didn't do shit with the Jets either, really.
Well, actually, until he got hurt, they were winning.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt. Because when he went to Minnesota, who was, by the way, a better team, he did pretty good. So he threw that interception at the end, and they didn't get they lost the playoffs or whatever it was, but
Yeah.
I don't remember. But you know, and Aaron Rodgers, you know what the problem with Aaron Rodgers is?
Personality.
No, he's one of us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and the sports writers don't like that. And although and Aaron Rodgers ain't afraid to talk about it. Now the way he does, what Chuck just said is, yeah, he could, he doesn't care though. I mean, look, the guy's rich, he's famous, he can get any woman he wants, got a nice house. What do you give a fuck about what anybody thinks about him? That is what I like about him. But yeah, I can see where people would be turned off by him because when he's not afraid to say anything. He actually goes, he was taking something else other than a shot for the COVID, and he goes, "Yeah, I've been vaccinated. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've had it taken care of." And then they found out he didn't get the shot, and everybody was all up in arms. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like you said, Jerry. He's kind of like us. Okay, we don't have the millions of dollars, but we don't give a fuck about it shit either.
No, but we have nothing to lose, and nobody's interviewing us either.
True.
But a lot of these guys, like Tom Brady, who worries about his brand more than he worries about anything in the world, he's like, he'll tell the press what they want to hear. Instead of just telling them what he actually thinks. And a lot of them are like that. Me personally, I wouldn't do well in the NFL.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't make it into the NFL to begin with.
Well, no, me neither. I'm just saying. Even when I was young.
Yeah. I gotta feed the birds here real quick, but I'll be right back. Right. I'll leave it on.
Okay. I see Ichabod Palmer joined us. I invited him to come on, but he said his phone is junk and probably won't work. Well, you're welcome to try it if you want. Ichabod, a lot of people have been asking where you have been lately, so I thought I would give you a chance, but you can try it. I mean, we tried to bring Michael on, and we had trouble bringing Michael on, but I'll send you the link, and if you decide you want to give it a shot, you are more than welcome. So just give me a moment while I do this.
Well, Chuck is fending off all the birds for one more day by feeding them.
I just fed the birds, and look what just showed up. Hang on here.
Oh, the squirrel.
No, the squirrel.
The cat.
He's hungry.
Yeah, the cat. So do you think the birds are going to come and be within 5 feet of the cat? I don't think so.
No.
Well, Pat was having
Pat
was having a cigarette here.
Maybe the cat's going to
go ahead.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being an animal where everybody wants to kill you, and that's all you got to do all day is keep looking for something that wants to kill you?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, Pat was having a cigarette.
Yeah, but while you're looking for the one that wants to kill you, you're not paying attention for the ones. I mean, when you're looking for the one that you want to kill, you're not paying attention for the one standing behind you that says, "Okay, I'm going to kill you."
That usually doesn't matter. Like birds, they're very small. They can't fight. All they can do is fly off. So they got to, be quick and paying damn. That's why their head turns around like, that chick in the Exorcist. What's her name? Linda Blair.
Yeah. Now, Pat was having a cigarette earlier, and she had the door open, and she was just standing in the doorway. And this cat that was out there walks right into the house. Just like, okay, I'm home. It's not even our cat. And I was busy doing something, and so finally I go looking for the cat. Here it is under our bed on her side, underneath the bed, like it was going to take a nap in our bedroom. Like, get the fuck out of here! It's just like,
yeah.
Well, Chuck, you You might as well get used to it, Chuck. You're probably going to end up a old cat guy. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
An
I
old
got
cat,
some
an old
squirrels.
cat
I got
guy.
some squirrels that'll come within about 1.5 foot of me. Try to feed them peanuts out of my
Oh,
hand.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I got to tell you that
yeah. You can do it. It takes time. I worked with a guy who we were guarding a construction site, and they had built it on basically, I don't know, 5 or 10 acres where skunks used to
Good
hang
boy.
out. So at night, mom would come out with the babies, and the babies would kind of scurry around, and she'd keep an eye on them, and she'd go to where she knew she could get food. And he started putting food on the ground, like, I don't know, 10 feet behind one of the babies. And he kept making it closer to him. And finally, he got that baby to crawl up and sit on his shoulder like a pirate's bird. And mom would sit there watching. You knew if he did anything wrong to the baby, mom would have killed him. But he did that for the longest time. I never knew how he did. Ichabod Palmer
I ain't
is
gonna be
with
able to hear.
us.
Fuck, I can't hear.
Okay. Well,
I can't hear you, boys.
no. All right. I'm just no. All right, Steven, you want to try? You want to come back out and come in again and see if that work fixes
he
it?
can't hear you, Dave.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's
Go out and then
let's
come back in.
let's see if he figured out
He
that
turned
that's what
the
I meant.
camera
Steve,
around or something.
Ichabod. Yeah,
We could probably.
Ichabod, if you can still hear me now, come back in again and see if that fixes it. I don't know what the technology is tonight. Now I'm getting ticked off.
Dave,
Because we
it's
had a
not your
beautiful-
fault. It's one's
I know,
internet and this
but
one is his phone. And what are you getting ticked off about?
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Take
No. No. I know. I haven't had Ichabod on in a very long time, and he's one that people do ask. Have you seen Ichabod Palmer? And it's like, no. If I do, I'll try to get him on.
Yeah.
But it's because I got nothing to say when I do a broadcast. That's why I started it, so everybody else could.
Well,
come on.
that one night I tried to get on with my phone and it wouldn't let me on either. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
And we have to get you on because you teach people
there you
gambling.
go. He just
Yeah,
typed something here. What did he say?
Couldn't hear you at all. Sorry. That's the same problem he's had
Okay.
for a while now.
Yeah.
Because he's tried to come on with us a few times, and it's
Yep.
same thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like Alan McMillan used to. He's tried to come on
Yep.
5 or 6 times, and his phone is a hand-me-down from Robert E. Lee, and it just wouldn't handle it. I guess I don't know.
Right.
Yep.
Because I'd love to have Alan on. He's funny. Alan is taking a break from what he told me. From I don't know why he didn't tell me why, and it didn't seem like it was my business. So I just
Well,
I haven't seen him
with all-
around
with-
because he posts a lot, and I haven't seen him doing
with
that
all the
lately.
shit he gives you, Jerry, I'm surprised that he's doing that.
yeah, I don't know. It seems I kind of miss it, to tell you the truth. And Jimmy and Larry are
Oh, right.
lonely.
Alan, like
Well,
you.
Jimmy just asked if anyone's heard from
Yeah.
Alan. We're talking about Alan.
He says he was taking a break. I don't know what that meant or why or anything else, but that's what he said.
I've seen him post on Facebook here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him.
I
posting
never
a
see
lot,
his posts ever,
now and then.
which is just Facebook. But
You have to unblock him, Jerry.
I, yeah. All right. That was good.
I got a question about blocking because it came up today, and I actually didn't know what to do. I thought I had blocked somebody because they did something one day that really ticked me off, and I thought I blocked them. they sent me a message, and I'm not blocked. I didn't want to talk to them anyway. But what do you do? I mean, do you really go as far as blocking these people, or do you just unfriend them and go
I
about what you
will
do and not let them bother
unfollow
you?
them first, then I will unfriend them if I keep seeing their shit, and then normally that works. I've had a
Yeah.
few people I
I
was
mean,
friends with for years. They just started going overboard with some shit, and I got
well,
tired of seeing it, so
this
I just unfriended them. Uh,
this one particular guy was 100% spot on what he was talking about today, and I really wanted to comment on it, but I was afraid that all that old crap would start again, and I just didn't want to do
well,
that.
Yeah.
it's up to you. I mean, you can block them, but I just, I don't like blocking people, but like I'll block the hookers and I'll block the
Yeah,
princes of Uganda or some fucking thing. But
yeah, yeah,
regular people, I don't care for blocking. I don't really have to block liberals anymore. Simply because, like on X, I do because they'll put me on a list, which can't be good. Um,
yeah.
and I don't like being on lists. But other than that, but if it is a thing where even though, and it doesn't happen now to me, but it used to, you'd unfriend somebody and still keep seeing their shit. And this was before the
Yeah,
algorithms. All right. Now
Yeah.
they have
yeah,
it. If you're out, you're out. And at least that's what I have found. I don't know about anybody else. But if they have you on Messenger, you can block them on Messenger and
yeah,
not, I think, on your page, but I'm not positive.
yeah. They, the, I am so tired of the algorithms over here because it's like I read my news feed and I come back 3 or 4 5 6 hours later and it is
Yeah.
exactly the same,
Yeah.
nothing new. I have to write stuff to try to trigger new stuff, which is why I write these stupid paragraphs here and there all day long just to see if I can shake it up. And but I'm
No, it used and then every
mhm.
other post is an ad, and
Yeah,
Facebook has become
and
basically
A joke.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
and some of the ads, well, some of the posts, you think it looks like a post, you click on it because you want to read it, and it's those stupid Microsoft has taken control of your computer, which they
Yeah.
never do.
Right.
But
That's
then
why
you gotta
that's
call,
why
then
you
you gotta call this number in order. Or no, I know, but you gotta call this. They make you think you have to call this number in order so that they can get onto your computer so that they can release it to you. And if it does happen, don't, because they get into your computer, they put a bunch of Trojan horses in there, which are the same thing that you hit on, but they're set at different times and days to go off. And again, you have to call them to,
yeah. Usually what I
uh,
do is stuff like that where they start reading, oh, I caught my wife doing this, blah, 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 blah. And then where it says see
oh,
more, and then you click on that and that's when that thing pops up.
yeah,
I always look to see if there's any comments. And I always check to see the comments. And if somebody's got scam on there or whatever, then you don't click on it,
yeah.
Yeah.
One was just a follow page, and it was classic cars. And I joined it. I wanted to join it because the cars that were on the
Yeah.
page, the pictures of cars were fantastic.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, cool, something that's not politics, something where nobody's going to yell at me.
That's all these people over in India that don't have any fucking thing else to do.
I know. Oh,
Make your life miserable.
and I've been an admin in a group for years now, and I found out the group owner's in Argentina, so I just left the group. I mean, he claims to love Trump, and he posts all over Facebook how he loves Trump, but he's in Argentina.
Yeah. Well, see, I got into that scam once, and that's all it took. I watched what they were doing on my computer, so I went and downloaded the same programs that they were using. I was ready for a new computer anyway, so I just got rid of that computer, put this stuff on my new computer, and haven't had any problems since. Because I'm using the same shit that they were using, and mine was all free.
Here's what gets me is if I say fuck the Musrats in a post.
Yep.
within 13 seconds, I'm getting warnings and bullets shot at me and all kinds of crap. Okay, but they can't stop the scammers. There's no way to do that. And they all use the same shit. It changes
Yep.
about every
Oh, yeah.
couple of months. It'll change to something else, but it's the same freaking scam. And then they can't stop that. And you know why they can't stop it? Because they ain't trying. Because
Right.
you want to know why? Because a lot of these are ads that these people pay for.
Yeah.
It's
And I'll
like
go,
they have a company and that ad is paid for, and that's their investment in getting you,
but,
to get your information or get this or get that.
but you
All
would
right.
think that if it's in the Facebook news feed, even though it's an ad, you would think Facebook would look at it to at least make sure it appears to be what it is. And when they realize that it's just bogacity, nuke it right then and there.
They don't
Yeah.
care. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Listen,
I
here's
know.
the thing. I don't even bother anymore. I just don't click on any of them. I
Yeah.
got ripped by one of them,
I
and I learned my fucking
yeah.
lesson. So
I
I just don't click on none.
I got ripped. I hit just about everything I clicked on yesterday in the newsfeed was either a post that was hidden, a hidden one of those posts, or an ad that I really wanted to look at that was one of those.
Okay, but Dave, that's your problem right there.
Check
Don't
the
look at them.
comments. The
Don't
comments.
look at them. They're not real ads. They're not.
That's what
Listen,
I'm
Yep.
I
learning.
was looking for a truck a while back, and there was an ad somewhere. I don't remember where it was about a truck that at one of these dealerships, and I call a dealership about it because it was like $15,000 and it had low miles and everything. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this truck?" They didn't even know about it.
Yeah,
Okay. I told them I saw it on this site, big, and I was reading it right from the screen. They didn't even know about it.
yeah,
So here's the thing. And the truck was obviously not there, so and no way they were gonna. It didn't seem right to start with. So this is what you do. Um, I don't care. I don't care if they
yeah.
don't like muskrats. Plus, it's two Z's, not one. They're not Alan, not Greer, but definitely not Alan Greer. Uh, but you know what? Like clicking, I don't want to see this, doesn't work. Nothing's going to work. So don't click on
No,
any of them. It doesn't matter if you want to see it. Just stop. It's not that hard, Dave, to just stop. It's really not. And people don't understand that. And you don't because you spend 90 hours a day on Facebook. Just stop. It's bad for
okay.
you. And it's going to end up being bad for your computer, is what's going to happen because it's going to get full up with whatever they fill it up with. And then you're going to have a computer that don't work that you got to take in and have it somehow fixed or cleaned or whatever they call it. I don't even know, but
Well, like I say, that big warning thing comes up. Don't turn your computer off.
Yeah.
Don't do this. It's all bullshit. Just
I shut it off.
close your
I shut it
browser.
off.
unless
shut
it's
it
from
off.
Microsoft itself
Yeah.
and it just pops up, like I get one. If you go to a site that is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
unsecure
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever,
Right.
Microsoft sends a warning.
Yeah, that.
But
Yeah.
it's not in the
I trust
Facebook
those.
ad. It's just Microsoft is sending you a warning, and it actually says
Right.
something like,
Right.
"Don't click on this," and go back, go
Yeah,
back.
it's unsafe. Yeah, that tells you it's unsafe.
I use Malware Bytes. It's a free version, and it pops up. If I, sometimes I get a little naughty, but don't go there.
Yeah. I had one of those. I took it down because it was getting
now.
annoying.
I know way
because
too much
everything
about
was,
Chuck again. God damn.
No, the dark web.
everything.
Dark web.
Everything was someplace you don't. You know what? The dark web is nothing. The only reason the dark web is dark is because enough people don't know about it, and enough people don't
Well,
want to go
Dave,
look at
that's
it.
not completely true. There's some shit on there that really shouldn't be anywhere.
Right.
But
I'm not. I
the
wasn't
thing
looking for
is,
shit
is
like
you
that.
have to find it. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's not always easy.
there are chat groups on Facebook that you would not even believe that are on Facebook, and they can grab you and put you into it. And it's a pain in the ass to get yourself out of it. You can do it, but it's a pain in the
Problem
ass.
is, Dave, is this is the deal. If you keep clicking on shit all the time, your name gets out. They use your information just like Facebook does. And that's how you end up in this shit.
Right, because they'll sell your information or your
Yeah.
login or whatever.
Everything is now about information. So
Right.
it's like, you know, these stupid cards the grocery store makes you get to get a discount and shit. Okay, that's just so they have your information.
Right.
Everybody wants your fuck. That is the currency these days, information. So if you stop clicking on the freaking ads all the time and you have your own algorithm where you say, I'm not going to do that, this shit will stop happening. It never happens to me. And why? Because I don't click on this shit, just like an email. I don't open fucking emails unless I know exactly where it's coming from. Otherwise, it gets, reported as, horrible people or whatever they call it.
Spam. Right.
Yeah, that.
I don't. Yeah, I can look at something in email and know that I don't want to open it, and I don't want it again, and I can report it as spam and know it's not going to show up again.
If every other letter is a capital letter, don't open it up.
Right.
I don't care how cool it may look to you. Don't fucking open it.
No.
Don't click. And if you do, don't click on none of the damn links.
Right. No, I don't click on any of the links. I don't click on any of them.
Or PDF files or whatever.
But opening it up before you see the links is just as bad as clicking on any link that's in it.
Well, here's the thing. We're all of the age that they're targeting, every one of us, because we're old and they think we're stupid. The problem is, I have watched old people who should know better hand their damn debit card and their PIN to the freaking cashier to check out of someplace because they can't be bothered or are afraid or whatever of using the damn thing or learning how. Right. And we wonder why old people are losing their life savings.
Yep.
So in reality, hey Tina, how you doing? In reality, no, I don't think anybody here is stupid. I see all the names, they're at least the people. Nobody's going to do that, but it don't take much. So, like, I've never had a problem paying my bills online. Some people will not do it. I've never had a problem. Nobody wants to steal my identity. I'm worth $7. I mean, what the fuck? Who wants that? Okay, but the point is that you got to be careful too. You can't just do shit.
Yeah. No. There are bad people out there, and you don't want them as friends. And unfortunately, I know most of them.
You go to a store, like a convenience store especially. Somebody, when the cashier ain't looking, will put a false front on the card reader, and it is a card reader.
Yep.
But it's not a card reader going, through the internet to the bank and back and all. It's going to freaking, Pedro from fucking Afghanistan or some shit, his house, and he's draining your bank account.
Yeah. And I've seen even small, little, they look like a button, just sitting on the display at a gas pump. And I go in and I ask a clerk to come out and tell me what that is, because I've never seen it before. It's a card reader. Yeah. And I asked him, what are you going to do on it? He said, I'm going to put it on the ground. I'm going to stomp my boot on it.
Yeah, but that's and it can happen anywhere, especially if it's a busy place, because nobody is really paying attention. When you're pumping gas, are you paying attention to everybody? I kind of do. No. It's weird, but I always do. I pay attention wherever I go. But normally you're looking at the thing, wondering why it's taking so long. You just want to go home, or you're in line at the convenience store and some idiot is like arguing with the clerk and wanting a manager, and it's like, oh, fuck. And then, you kind of lose patience and you stop paying attention and shit happens.
Yep.
Distracted. Yep.
Yep.
Distracted.
It's all it
Very
takes.
distracted. Yep.
Oh, they even do the ATMs. Put a false
Yeah.
thing on
Yeah.
top.
They put.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
They don't
ATMs
even
get hit a lot.
listen. They don't have to rob you at the ATM or the convenience store anymore.
No.
All they got to do is put the thing on if wherever they get them. I don't know. They get them somewhere, and that's that.
They they have all the equipment to print your own card too. I was at Walmart in Putnam, Connecticut one night, and I used my debit card. We get home, and I check my card, and I got nailed for like $410. And it's like, I fought with the bank going, if I'm in Putnam, Connecticut, at the same time a guy in Los Angeles, California claims he's using my card, how the hell did my card get from Putnam, Connecticut to Los Angeles, California in a
5
matter
minutes.
of seconds?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about he just had the numbers. He had a real card.
And what I love about it is the bank tells you, we'll protect you right up until it's time to protect you, and they don't want to pay.
No.
Right.
That's the problem.
Oh, God.
So I've been to stores 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden, my ATM card don't work. And I don't hear my phone go off in my pocket. But they'll send me a thing. I go to the same places all the time in town.
Yep.
And they all of a sudden, one of them's suspicious. And I'm trying to buy something and I can't. It's pissing me off, but here we are.
Yeah, they caught me for.
Is another thing that we are paying for because of people who can't keep your goddamn hands to themselves or, not be trying to rob your bank. Because that's what it is. It's bank robbery.
They
The
caught
difference
me.
is it's your bank account instead of the entire bank.
Yeah, they caught me. Don and I had left Connecticut. I forget where we were driving to, and we'd gone 1 or 2 states into the drive here. Actually, 1 or 2 states into here, and they actually called me and said, "Did you use your card?" And I said, yes. I said, I forgot to call the bank. I actually forgot to call the bank and let them know that we were going to be in this state, this state, this state, this state. And if you saw charges, they're from me.
Well, that's what pisses me off is you even have to do that.
Right.
Yeah. Back when we had money when we first got married, I'm going to tell you something. There was a couple times we go to an auction, we'd buy a lot of shit. And the bill would be like $1,500. And I tried one night paying with my ATM card, and it went bad. They wouldn't do it. And this is like it wasn't like it was a new auction. It was the same one I went to every fucking week. And I was so pissed because that's fucking embarrassing when you can't pay. And luckily, they knew me, and they trusted me. And I said, I will call you tomorrow morning, or I'll come up here and pay it myself. It was like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
I was like, and I ended up going there because I felt horrible. I mean, it's like these people want their fucking money. Yeah. They knew me, so they let me take my stuff, but still, they want their fucking money. And there's no reason they shouldn't have their money, except for the damn bank, who apparently know so much that they can't bother to look at my account and see I pay these people every single week.
Right.
Yeah. Alan says, not Alan, I go inside to the cashier to pay for my gas. They're not always honest either.
Well,
they got as soon as you walk out, they got a lot of games going too.
All I know is with all the electronics, this was just people graduated from going to the liquor store with a gun to doing this kind of shit. And that it was bound to happen. It was warned it was going to happen. Too much technology.
Yep.
And, think about this. We talk about them EMP attacks. If we ever get one, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you can, I don't know, you are prepared, even slightly. You're going to go without electric. You're
Yeah.
certainly not going to have the internet, your phone, and in some cases, you may not even have your vehicle.
Right.
Yep.
So you better. I mean, I don't, whatever, but
Yeah, I've got stuff stocked up and
Yeah.
some electronics and stuff
Yeah.
stored in a Faraday cage to block that against.
Yeah.
But
And these
it's just
QFS guys, it's like every time
Oh my
I'll friend
God.
someone without, I'll look over the profile and then I'll decide to, okay, I'll take a chance and I'll make them my friend. And the next thing I know, it's a QFS dealer that wants to get me into the QFS system. A guy yesterday wanted to get me into Bitcoin, and I just said
Yeah.
I can't even afford it. And if I did, the only reason I would buy a Bitcoin is because if it was worth $2 today, it's going to be worth $25,000 tomorrow, and I'd sell it. I would just turn around and sell it.
well,
You know,
I don't believe. Listen, I get it. I'm an old man. Blah blah blah. But I don't trust Bitcoin at all. I especially don't trust. Two reasons. One, because it's not real,
Yeah.
and two,
Right.
because of the people who keep hawking it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I said to the guy,
They're not the most trustworthy sons of bitches in the planet.
well, I said to the guy, the biggest problem that I have with it is, say Chuck wants to sell me one of his slot machines for $1,000,
$800.
and
Yeah.
I say all I have is a Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin is worth $17,000. I'm not getting change. So
Yeah. Well,
So
no,
what
that would be a scam too, because then you would make check pay you back, the change in cash,
well,
check
well,
or
right. Well, no,
card.
what the guy finally said to me is, no, you can only do transactions with someone who takes a Bitcoin and understands the value of the coin. So it's like if you wanted to buy something for $17,000 from Chuck and the value of the coin is $17,000, then yeah, you throw the coin at Chuck and you get whatever product
Well,
he wanted.
that's
And
another
I said,
thing. That's
I said,
What
yeah.
is QFS? What is
Yeah.
QFS?
quantum financial system. I'm not 100% sure.
Is that the new thing that's
Yeah.
supposed to be? I keep hearing everybody talk about it coming out, and Trump's going to be, yay, team go, we're all going to be millionaires, some fucking
Yes,
bullshit like
I think
that.
so. I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
And that
Yeah.
thing that you're going to wake up tomorrow. If you have a QFS account, you're going to wake up tomorrow because that's where the $1 million checks went to. You're going to wake up if you have a
Yeah.
QFS
Okay.
account,
Well,
and
yeah.
everybody is going to that has a QFS account is going to wake up with $1 million in the bank. And I'm just going, no,
Well, it didn't happen
It
today
ain't going to
'cause
happen.
I got $12.82,
Yeah.
so
Right.
We're good.
Or-
And
or your social
That's just
security.
like all.
Your Social Security is going to go up. My April Social Security was exactly what it's been for the last since it went up the last time.
if that kind of the Social Security, not the $1 million, but if that's going to happen, that's going to be a while from now, because
Yeah.
first of all, here's the deal. Yeah, okay, they shut down a lot of shit. I got it, and that's great. We're saving the money, no problem. Got no problem with that. However, if the Congress in the Senate doesn't put out a balanced budget for way less, just because we're saving money is not, they're going to go and take that money and use it for something else because they don't want to give it to us because that gives us more power than they have.
Right. Of course they don't.
Trump may want us to have it. I've never actually heard him come out and say any of this, but that's fine. But then realistically, all that saved money should be in the budget for one thing and one thing only, and that's to pay down the damn debt of the country.
It seems that Trump wanted less than the $5,000 check that Elon Musk kept kept pushing for.
Well,
And,
another
and,
thing,
and I
you
mean,
know,
it would be nice to me, as far as I'm concerned, if they sent me $100 check and I could take my wife out to dinner. I'd be very happy.
well,
Other
the
than
thing
that,
is,
no,
if you're on Social Security, you should be getting more because they
we
pay
should be
you just
getting more.
enough with
Should be
Social
getting a lot
Security
more.
to keep you well under the poverty line, even though Social Security tells you you make too much money for this or that or the other,
Yeah,
which is fucking ridiculous.
yeah. Well,
Okay, but
they
that should happen. But
right,
then, what about the rest of them? What are we in the billions or dollars
yeah,
now that are
yeah,
being saved? Okay, that probably should go towards the national debt
yeah.
because if you're looking out for the country as we all claim to be, buying another big screen TV or something like that
Don't
is
need it.
not the way to go. Now, if I get a $5,000 check, the first thing I'm going to do is take that entire check and I'm going to buy another truck.
Yeah,
Now, that's because we need one.
right.
And, that's the way life is. However, and don't get me wrong, if you get a 5 grand or a million, you should probably keep it. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I'm
would.
gonna, okay, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
give it back. That's for damn sure. But I suspect that the House and the Senate are just going to take all that savings and start
they are.
spending it on other bullshit that
Oh
is
yeah, they
completely
are.
unnecessary
You know,
again.
and, and it's not like the bulk of that $5,000 I really need. I mean, I should be saying, yeah, I do, but I don't.
No, everybody needs it. It's just
Okay. I
that's
mean,
not the point.
I'll take it because if something
Okay,
happens,
say you don't need it to buy anything. You wouldn't take 5 grand and put
I'll put it.
away for an
I'll
emergency?
put it in the bank for an emergency. Yeah,
No,
I'd
no,
like
no.
to.
You put it in the mattress. Fuck the damn bank.
Well, okay, but I mean, I would put it away for her. I'd let her hold it in her purse as long as it doesn't get
Oh,
stolen.
no,
like,
don't do that.
like,
Somebody will take it at a
like
restaurant.
Secretary Gnome. But yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah, they want to give me a $5,000 check. I have to shut my mouth and take the $5,000 check. Or they want to give me $1 million check. I have to shut my mouth and take the $1 million check. But I do have to put some money away and have it because
Okay, Dave.
I'm at the
You got
point
$1 million. I don't want to hear it. You got $1 million check. Go enjoy your fucking life.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't see me.
Why are you complaining about this? I don't get that. Listen, first of all, I have serious doubts we're getting a dime.
Right.
Okay, I do. From anything or anybody. But whatever you do get, either enjoy it, save it, go buy usually if we get a chunk of money, I go and buy not only what we need right now, need stuff. I will buy shit I know we're going to need in the future. Like, for instance, I bought a new water pump the last time we did for our well.
Yeah.
So next time, all I got to do is take it out of the box, go put it out there, hook up the wires, and we're in business instead of worrying about where the hell I'm going to get the money to buy a well pump.
Yeah.
Okay, shit like that. But here's the deal: in the end, you just take it, enjoy it, do what you think is right, and that's that. Complaining about getting it is ridiculous. But then complaining about not getting it because the government, for once in its life, is being responsible and paying down the debt is also bullshit.
Right.
Now, I want my tax dollars back just like everybody else does that they have wasted. Don't get me wrong. But then look at how much they wasted plus how much they borrowed to spend.
Right.
What I would like to see is them use it on some trials that for some reason always seem to cost $4 million frickin' dollars.
Rope's still on sale.
Yeah.
Well, some of those people, I would contribute my $1 million for the $4 million in that trial. I honestly would.
Alan Greer says, Jerry, the military supposedly, flew 650 planes full of gold to the Vatican, brought it into America, put it in our vault so they could pay off the debt with that. Why would the Vatican have 650 plane loads of our gold? Somebody please explain that to me.
They got more than that.
Why
more than
is the
that.
question? Why don't we have it here in America?
Because someone before Trump at the White House decided it was the right thing to do, or someone at the Vatican called someone at the White House and said, "We're going to do this."
When it happened, we don't know.
Shut up.
Yeah.
We're just
Because
going
I've
to do
heard
it.
it's all over the world, and
Well,
including in Buckingham Palace. I've heard.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and Charles is not going to the funeral.
No, fuck Charles.
And it's not they're saying because he's too sick to go. So he's sending Prince William instead.
Yeah.
Well, Prince William is actually a cooler guy than Prince Charles. Prince Charles is a punk. What he did to Diana was bullshit.
Right.
I'm sorry. If you're the King of England and you were fucking around with the ugliest bitch on the planet when you were married to Diana, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. Well, I saw a post today that Camilla said she wasn't Charles' wife, said she was not going. And my comment was, she's not going because that much evil next to the Pope, she will spontaneously combust if she's there. So she's just not going. All of her sins will spontaneously combust.
Let's see. Larry, who was a bigger fan of Donald J. Trump than any American put together, has been in office just over 3 months. Yeah, okay. Best is yet to come. Bank it. Okay. Well, I tell you what. As soon as I get my $1 million check, I'll start buying Bitcoin. How's that?
Hey, there you go. Yeah,
you know what's gonna suck. Here's what's gonna suck. You're gonna send us $1 million and a $5,000 check. So I have $1 million and $5,000, and our tax rate's gonna go up.
Yeah, and you're gonna lose. Then you're gonna lose that million.
Yeah, we'll end up with about $74.12, and we're all gonna be looking at each other like, "What the fuck just happened?"
You get all these people that are using this Cash App thing or whatever. Ain't no freaking way I'm gonna,
Well, that's just another means of paying.
PayPal,
like Venmo,
like PayPal,
Venmo or PayPal. Yeah.
You know what? I don't trust the banks. I don't trust PayPal. I don't trust any of them. It's an easy way of doing shit, and I get that. But I don't trust none of them. I think it'd go back to putting it in coffee cans in the ground out back. I'm telling you, man.
Yep. Oh no, not coffee cans. They rust. You're better off putting it in a PVC pipe and then capping it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, actually,
a big one. A big one.
No, about 6-incher. I get it. Yeah, and glue both ends. Keep the bug shit out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can always cut PVC. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Actually, you can also make a lot of shit out of PVC. I was watching. All you need is a heat gun too. It's crazy. You have a pipe that's too small for a fitting or something, or another pipe. You heat it up and you make your own fitting. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Lawless is here.
Yeah, and I'm trying to type, Robert, do you want to come on?
You just said it, Dave. You don't have to type it anymore.
I know.
There you go. It's all good.
Parkinson's and touch screens don't
mention we only
together,
got about 15 minutes before Dave's shoes start flying. Shoes start flying at Dave's head, and we can't have.
No, they haven't gotten home yet.
I saw that video, Jerry, of the cast iron pan with the Antifa.
Oh, I love that video.
Almost sounded like a church bell if it would have rung a little longer.
She was almost asleep and was gonna throw her cell phone because that was in her hand, and I felt bad. She does have to work tomorrow, but she did go to karate.
I'm sorry,
tonight.
what?
She went to karate tonight because our son is a
Oh,
our
okay, that's much
grandson
better. I was
he's a
gonna
black
say,
belt, and she hasn't gone and watched in quite a while. So when they asked her if she wanted to go tonight, she was all
Good,
over it.
good.
So, but usually they're home by now, so
oh,
I
they probably
don't,
went to Friendly's
I
for an
don't
ice cream
know.
cone.
Good. I hope they did. I
They're
hope they
not
did.
bringing
I
you
hope
one,
they have
Dave.
a lot of fun. I don't want one.
Well, that's what I would
I
say
hope they
too. Yeah,
have.
I'd be stubborn.
I hope
Make
they
it
have.
happen.
I hope they have a lot of fun. To lunch today to a barbecue place where we went on our last anniversary last year, and it really wasn't that good. And today it was fantastic.
So it wasn't good the
Depends.
last time,
It
and you
wasn't
went
good
back.
on. We went on our anniversary last year. We just couldn't find a place, so finally we agreed on on the barbecue we went to today. And like I said, it just wasn't good. And today it was actually good. I
I
I
think it
wouldn't
depends
quite
on
give
who's
it
cooking.
fantastic, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
We have like
We've
4
got a
barbecue places, 12 chicken places in this frickin' town. It's
Yeah,
unreal.
yeah,
yeah,
And they keep opening chicken places.
yeah,
I don't understand why.
yeah,
We just had one go out of business.
yeah.
yeah.
I
We've
think
got
they
a
might be.
Mexican grocery store up in Janesville. They have the best burritos. I get the ground beef burrito with it's got cheese and rice and beans and
Yeah,
all sorts of shit in it, and it's so good and reasonably priced and everything. And the one we had 2 weeks ago was just probably the best
yeah.
one we ever had there.
My,
Just had one the other night, and it didn't taste the same.
okay.
It all
Yeah,
depends on who's making it.
That
yeah.
is
Yeah.
actually
And
true, yes.
my brother and I lived downstairs, or actually shared. There was a two-family house. The family in the other house. I swear to God, I don't know where his wife came from, but it was somewhere in Central America, and every time she cooked, she would look at me and my brother and say, "You guys need to eat." And her husband was thinner than I was, but she would send plates upstairs, or like Chuck said, enchiladas and every other ada that she could make. And she'd always say, if you ate that, you wanted more, send the plate back downstairs and let me know. And I swear,
Wow.
oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah, oh
Alan
my,
says Publix chicken from their deli is my wife likes it. I'm not a big
yeah,
chicken fan. I do, however, like their subs a lot.
yeah,
However, Publix is about 50 miles from here.
yeah.
And I got to tell you, I like their subs a lot, but
Yeah.
unless I'm going to Gainesville, where Publix is, I don't have
Yeah.
them. No.
It's not like it.
Yep.
I got.
And
Yeah. Go ahead.
I, I have not clicked on the reel yet, but it starts out with, if you're 63 years old, Publix has a free card for you. I have not clicked on it yet. I'm going to go and talk to someone at a Publix and hopefully have him tell me it's a scam. Not that it's not a scam, it's a real
Then they
thing.
should be able to do it at the customer service right there at the Publix. Yes.
Right. But he's probably going to take me aside and just say, it
Okay. If
really
you
is a
tell
scam.
my
I hate to
wife
break your
this,
heart. I hate to break your heart, but
if
it's
you
really
tell
a
my
scam.
wife this, she's just going to cause an argument because I don't do that shit. I hate that shit. I hate fucking coupons. I hate cards. I hate, here's what they do. Just take the money off to start with.
Yeah.
Oh. If they take the money off, I would shop there all the time because their sales, their buy one get one free, even with the having to raise slightly the price of the one you're buying to get one free, are still pretty good
Well,
sales.
they are way expensive, especially
Yeah,
now
they are.
because of the
They
economy and
are.
everything. But their stuff
Yeah,
is better. Their deli is way better.
yeah,
Their bakery is way better than any other grocery store. Most of the stuff, like their bakery, they actually make there
yeah.
instead of like Walmart where it's shipped in. I think they may bake cakes at Walmart, and that's about it. I don't know. But Winn Dixie seems like it's the same. It's the same thing. They'll make the chicken at Winn Dixie, and I don't know, a few other things, but nothing really good.
I haven't figured them out. Aldi's bought the company that owned Winn Dixie.
Yep.
Then it appears they turned around and sold most of the company back to the company that owned Dixie.
That's called money laundering.
I know, but I mean, that's what it sounds like. But anyway, Robert Lawless is here to tell us how life is in Robert Lawless land.
Well, it's unfortunate that Robert showed up because I have to go. And I don't want him to be upset, but I'm sorry. It was my plan to get off at 8:30, and I stayed longer than I was.
It was.
But if you want to come back tomorrow and repeat every word you say tonight, then you're welcome to do that on our show, and I'll see you then. It's up to you, of course. But I'm not. It's not because you're here. I got to go eat. My sugar crashed, and I'm dying.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I understand.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and I hope everybody, and thank you, everybody in the comments and so forth, and hope to see everybody. Tina's here. I haven't seen one of her comments the whole time. It's weird. But
I saw.
No, I mean on Restream, because they don't sometimes.
Oh, okay.
They don't show up. But anyway, y'all have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
All right. Yeah. Take care.
Okay.
All right. Cool, man.
All right, Jerry. Always a pleasure.
See you tomorrow.
Pleasure. I'm glad you came. All right. But Tina did say Mexican Coca-Cola is great. It has cane sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup in it always. And yes, it does. It comes in tall, skinny glass bottles in the 6-pack. And if you turn the bottle around and look at the label, it'll say Prodeco of Mexico or whatever the Spanish is for it. And it's fantastic. It's probably just as bad as every other Coca-Cola you drink in the world.
It's almost as good as Ham's beer up in Minnesota.
Well,
actually,
probably as good as every other Coke. That will kill you.
Sky blue water. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So how are you doing, Robert?
Well, we're okay, and I appreciate that. I love Chuck's hat. Thank you, Chuck. That's
It's from Bemidji, Minnesota. If you can read, it's backwards, but yeah,
it is. You can fix that, but
I know. All right, hang on.
I gotta step away.
So now I'm losing, and I lose. So I'm here by myself.
No. I got something in the way here, and I can't see what the hell I'm doing. Settings. Oh, there it is.
Switch the reverse thing. There you go. There it is. Yeah. Okay, then Bemidji, Minnesota. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been there.
Yep. Hey, everybody. Do your best. Talk to Robert and send him something because Robert's got a bag of Robert paraphernalia, Minnesota Madman paraphernalia. Are you still doing that?
Okay, let's just rewind it. Just a red RCH.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
Tomorrow. So right now, we're in a holding pattern. Right now, me and Jamie are in a holding pattern. We just get up, go to work, or not work. We don't work, but get up every day.
Yep.
And pack. We're not stressing ourselves. And by the grace of God, by everybody that we all know, we are in a very good position right now. And I thoroughly was amazed at how many people reached out to us, helped us, and did all sorts of all the advice, everything. It was just like unbelievable. So right now, me and Jamie are in a holding pattern because tomorrow she's got a deposition for her workman's comp thing on her shoulder. So we can't go anywhere right now.
Right.
And then May 1st, after the deposition tomorrow, May 1st is when she has a I forgot what do they call they call it mediation, or basically they're going to litigate what's going to happen. So that's where we're at. So if we were to leave now, we'd actually be spending more money than if we were just to stay, because I owe for this month, April, I believe. I'm not going to pay it. Yeah, I'm not going to pay this month. And so we just sit here and hang tight. We're just waiting. And so probably around May 5th is when we already talked to U-Haul, got all the logistics and everything else ready to go for that. We got all our real ID stuff all done once. We've got a PO box. I got to figure out somebody who can check that for us. So once we get to wherever we're going, and I swear to God, me and Jamie are in a good position. We could stay here in Minnesota and be real comfortable, or we could literally drive somewhere else, do it warm. Florida is what we've been really, honestly, just pushing.
You gotta figure it out.
We will. We got another week to do it. But we're in such a position to do it that I am thankful to God that everybody that helped us. It's like I can't believe where we're at right now. That we are
I am so glad.
We are so ready to go. And then a friend of mine sent work campers. It's called Work Campers. I'll post the link tonight about it. You can go literally to any of these. I don't know, whatever, but they're all over the United States where you'll get full hookups. Oh, see, now I already stepped my. So, anyways, like I've said before, we have enough money. We don't have enough money to get into a house because, we don't have that much money. So go to drive and convince somebody to rent me their house and pay 2 months up is not going to be enough. So me and Jamie decided we're going to go down. We're going to buy a camper. And there's called these work campers where these people literally, and I joined the site the other day, and there's a million of them out there. There's a million of them. Put in 20 hours a week, you get full hookups. 20 hours a week's great. Wherever we land, we go into town, look for jobs, start beating the path, start getting involved in the community, and then eventually move into a place. That's what we're at.
Right.
And we're
the example may be wrong that I'm going to give you, but I'm only going to give it as an example because I know it. But most of the people that work at Dollywood live all over the country. And every year they all start caravanning together down to one certain point, and then they caravan down to the actual park. They work the season, live in their campers and motorhomes, and then when it's done, they go home for the end of the season, or they stay. They stay where they are. It's a great way to do it. Donna and I looked at doing the opposite because it's just us and the dog that we had thought about buying a motorhome that was going to be big enough and just going to what do you call it? Mobile home parks have hookups for stuff like that, and we were just going to live. We were just going to live on it. It's a little more involved now, and we need an apartment because I need to be in an apartment now. But
sure, yeah. Well, see, that gets me to like, and I God bless our dog's heart. I was naughty thinking a little bit, just naughty thinking. I said, if we didn't have the dogs, we have enough money maybe to fly out to the Virgin Islands and find for a couple months and find a job. And she's like, yeah, but you know what? You're the Minnesota Madman. You have like 15 cars and a whole shitload of equipment. What are you going to do with that? I went, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's the idea, is that we do have to find an eventual home. And so the work camping part is just to make us comfortable enough. 20 hours a week is great. Find jobs.
Right. And you're not selling your PA equipment, and I can't afford to buy it anyway, because I know at some point I would have only bought it because I know that for whatever I bought it for, at some point you would have to want it back. So that's the only reason why that part of the conversation made me laugh.
Have so many guitars that are
you have to keep the equipment, even if it's just sitting there and you only use it in your house once in a while. You have to keep that.
Yeah, and I can't do that in a camper. This is no way.
No, I know, but if we had to pack,
we established ourselves anyway, so I had to bring myself back down. But anyways, we are leaning towards Florida, Jacksonville area. We do have.
We might be neighbors then. That's the area where we might be neighbors.
Well, Destin, Florida looks kind of good. Panama,
okay,
kind of good. I mean,
that's down below. That's down below us. I think closer to Jerry. Panama and that stuff, I think, is down below us, closer to Jerry.
And we have a lot of friends in Texas. We have a lot of friends in Arizona that are all looking, and we just need to pick a spot to go. I mean, I don't know, maybe we throw a dart at a map and we just go. But
the nice thing about a motorhome is sometimes you can just pick it up and unplug it and go where you want to go.
Yeah.
Well, we need to settle down. I mean, this ride. I mean, with the work camper stuff, we can go on forever, and I don't want that. Even it sounds very enticing because it literally could be. I saw this one guy. Well, I work 4 state fairs: New York, Ontario, Lake Ontario, whatever. And you can travel all around. That sounds very good, but I got the Minnesota Madman that I'd like to continue and work on. So we can't be just doing that. And me and Jamie would like to settle down, but wherever we go, it is what it is. But all I know is that by the grace of God, me and Jamie got enough from all of you, everybody, and everything that we are in a better position than we were 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was like, all right, well, me and Jamie are going to be homeless.
No. The family's not going to let you do it. Not Alan, not Greer wants me to tell you this, that he has a friend who lives in Florida, Robert. His name is Bobby Chadwick. If you want me, he's a drummer. If you want me to, maybe I could put you two together. Bobby has a studio at his house. Maybe he could put you up for a while. I'm not sure.
We're like I said, me and Jamie are a little bit. We just got to get through tomorrow. Tomorrow, Jamie has a deposition for her workman's comp thing. We're not sure where that's. We don't know if unemployment or workman's comp's going to pay her one way or another. We're just kind of wishing that.
Yeah.
And then May 1st, she has the what do they call it, hon?
Arbitration.
Well, it's the final say of what's going to happen. I forget what they call it.
Arbitration, pain in the ass, vacillation.
Yeah, whatever. After that, then we can get out of here. Then we can go and we're out of here.
Yeah.
And we've got a plan, but we just don't know where we're going yet.
Well, sometimes
I feel very very comfortable.
When you get when it's time to go, you'll know, and you'll go, and you'll keep in touch the best that you can, and you'll let us all know because people want to know.
Yeah, it's been overwhelming.
They want
all
to
you
know.
Guys, everybody. I don't have 5,000 friends on my Facebook. Okay, I have less than. Well, I think I have 1,000, maybe 800, and I literally got an outpouring of a lot of people who were very. And I just, And Jamie did a lot of work over the last 10 years. We literally traveled everywhere.
Yep.
Did a lot of good things and everything else, and it kind of came back, and I appreciate that. And if we're going to Florida, Chuck, we'll be stopping by and saying hi to you. We have all sorts of people on the way down to Florida that we can stop and say hi to.
Yep.
We'll have 5 to 6 days to do it, and it'll be
good. When you get to Florida, we'll be looking
it'll be
for
a good
you.
adventure. So,
when you get to Florida, we'll be looking for you.
I'm trying to look positive at it, and we're still not out of the woods. It's still a gamble, but
it's life is a gamble sometimes. Yeah.
Well, we got to get.
I think you're gonna do
You'll be fine.
All right, gentlemen. I have to give one of you your turn to say bye, and the other one, Robert.
I'm late. I know, and I just showed up. It was all about.
No. You're fine. I mean, you're fine. I'm glad you came. I know some nights Jerry has to be done by 8:30, and some nights I will say to him I need to be done by 8:30. But I'm hitting my my limit tonight.
Okay.
So.
All
right. Well, hey, Robert, it was good to see you. Glad that everything's working.
It was.
Give Jamie a hug for us.
Yep.
Betcha.
And
yeah.
And everybody in the chat, good chats tonight. Real good chat tonight. And it was good. Michael Anthony stopped in for a little bit. He was having technical problems, so he wasn't able to stay. And then we had
that's the first thing I would do with the $1 million check, is I would just build the studio that everybody will get through wherever they are. That's what I would do. I don't know where the studio would be, but I would build it.
I saw a good.
So everybody's
today. That's
everybody stay safe.
You what?
You need to do that, Dave. Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. Rush Limbaugh. Oh boy,
he's missed for sure. Okay, everybody stay safe. Have a good night. I'll talk to you all soon. See you tomorrow night. Thank you.
Okay,
Robert.
I will see you, Chuck. I promise. I will be there.
Robert.
Robert.
There we go. All right.
You guys are awesome.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me see. I'm going to do that one. Oh, you stayed there.
Larry Burns says, never been to Florida, rock star. I'll try for a second time. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Try it, Larry. Come down. Yeah, everybody come down. We'll have instead of Ozfest, we'll have Madman Fest.
We came close. Larry Burns came close to go and see me play at the Golden Nugget when I was there, but because the COVID issues were there, he couldn't come and see us. Larry tried very hard, Larry, very hard. He did try.
We'll get everybody together. We'll get the heads thinking about it. And like I said, instead of Ozfest, we'll have Madman Fest. Florida Madman Fest.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, can't be Minnesota anymore. Minnesota sucks. Give me more.
All right, Robert. I'm gonna send you on your way. Then I'm gonna go to bed.
Thank you for letting me
out. No problem, Robert. You're welcome. Anytime you want to come on. Okay. There. All right. Robert Lawless, the Minnesota Madman. I'm so glad he dropped by. Not Allen, not Greer popped in. Larry Burns came on, which means that we were truly international tonight because he's on in Canada. And let's see who else. Robin Brunson, Tina Scott. Tangela popped in. I did see her. And I really have to get some new equipment to make this work. Larry Estes to make it work. Jimmy Collins to make it work the way that it is supposed to work. If anybody does see Callum McMillan, Alan McMillan, whatever he wants to call himself, just make sure he's okay and bring a message to us if he doesn't want to be on my show Tuesdays or Thursdays, or for some reason doesn't want to be on the American Rebellion. We just care that everybody is okay. The American Rebellion is on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. till whenever they end, 7 p.m. Eastern, so adjust yourself accordingly. And tomorrow morning around 10 a.m. will be a rare Boogie with the Bull red morning caffeine, where we salute everyone who has been deployed both here in the United States and around the world, and anything else that we have on our minds to salute. Ichabod Palmer did pop in and tried his best, and Michael Anthony did pop in and tried his best too. So something's in the air, and they will try to snuff us, but they won't. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being on. Like I said, things changed in my little med box tonight, so I'm about ready to call it a night. So I want to thank everybody who came in and watched. We'll see you tomorrow on the next the American Rebellion, and we'll see you tomorrow morning on the next Red Friday Morning Caffeine. Good night.